Hi, it's Tony. Today we're talking about locking devices on gates. Now we have a wide variety of locking devices and many people ask, what is the difference? So here I am going to try to explain it to you. Okay, before we get started on the gate locks, let's get a couple other locks out of the way here. First of all, these are what you call pin locks. This particular device takes a regular padlock through it. And these locks' sole purpose is to lock the gate opener to the gate or to the gate post. This prevents people from stealing your gate opener, and in some circumstances it can prevent your gate from being opened without your knowledge. Alright, these are our solenoid locks. These are the most popular locks for residential gates. Before I start showing you the differences of them, I'm going to start showing you what's the same. First of all, they all come with a lock control board. This lock control board can set the amount of time they're unlocked for, giving it a chance to swing away from the receiver during the unlocking mode. They also all come with an adequate amount of wire where you can wire the lock to either the lock control board or the master control board if that function is part of the master control board. So here is the GTO lock. This is our Gatecrafter's lock, and this is the estate swing lock. Right now the Gatecrafter's lock is essentially a copy of the estate swing lock, so I'm going to set it to the side because everything I say about this is going to be true about the Gatecrafter's lock. Okay, so let's take a good close look at these two locks and what makes them different. I got to roll it over to show you this. There's a side view there. When this is the pin that goes in the receiver like this. When this pin comes into contact with this lock, it's moving in this direction. Now when it hits this tab, that tab has to move 90 degrees different. So it requires a lot of force to get that tab to move and to get this pin behind it. About 10 pounds of force for latching this lock. Now this one over here, it folds down. So the force is, much less force is required to get that pin back there. It just floats into place. So when modern day gates have what they call a soft stop, and that prevents gates from slamming shut. This lock was designed before modern day gates, or this type of lock was designed before the modern day gates. This one was designed with modern day gates in mind. For that reason, this is a very popular lock. Additionally, if you look down in here, this pin sits back in here. If the wind is blowing, it will push that pin up against the back side of that tab there. Now this has to retract. It has a magnet in it that pulls it to retract. If there's enough force here, moderate amount of force, that will not retract because it catches. This lock was designed differently. It has a smooth side there, so when the solenoid pulls it in, it just drives right along that and frees it up. So in moderately windy conditions, this lock will perform, and this lock under circumstances will not. So this is why this is the newer design of the two. Okay, here are our last two locks that make up our lock group. This is either a push to open or an open position lock. In certain conditions when you want to lock your gate open, this still mounts on the inside of the gate, swings and latches in the open position. And some people also use it as a push to open lock, although it does require some pre-planning, so everything works properly on it. So, but it works exactly like the GTO lock. It's also a GTO product. All right, this is the one that's very different. Now this is a magnetic lock. The thing that's really important to know about this is that it uses power all the time. The solenoid locks only use power for about 4 seconds when the gate begins to open. Since this uses it all the time, it is not suitable for solar. The other thing that you have to keep in mind, these things, this magnet holds this. If this cord gets cut, this is a brick. It does nothing to keep the door or the gate locked. Sometimes, depending on your setup, a relay is required, and sometimes some of this mounting hardware is required. So keep in mind, the benefit of this is in windy conditions, this one will never hang up. It's impossible for it to hang up. So if security is not the issue and it's just about keeping your gate closed and you have constant power, this is a good solution for that. Now it has 600 pounds of holding power, so you know it takes an awful lot of wind to affect it. So it's good for windy conditions. I hope this explains about locks, and if you have any other questions, feel free to visit our FAQ section, post a question. If you don't have the answer in the FAQ, I'll get a copy of that question and I'll answer it right away. And you'll get emailed back a response. So I encourage you to use the FAQ section for anything you need to know about. GateCrafters.com's customer service reps are experts in gate openers, and accessories. Our knowledgeable staff can guide you in finding which of our accessories finishes your gate opener system with the exact specifications that you want for your property. Feel free to give us a call, browse our website, or chat with any of our representatives. Thank you, and we'll see you next video.